people really understand. Like when you comment when the reason why you left Zimbabwe is you literally had to flee Zimbabwe because of political upheaval at the time there, and most people listen to the show. I mean, I've lived in Africa, as you know, and stuff, and so I know I've seen what that's like, and people don't really. I don't know if you could want to talk about that a little bit, but when you literally have to leave everything you have and leave your country and your home, where you've lived for 14 years more or less, it's pretty dramatic, especially traumatic, at any age, even as a kid. But yeah, you want to touch on that at all a little bit?
It was, Dave. With pleasure. Yeah, it was traumatic, and I think that might be one of my sort of longings for the wild type thing that is deep rooted. And if I ever bother to go to a therapist, she can dig it up. But I think when all the political turmoil was taking place, my escape was always to run into the bush because there was no danger there, at least not from people. It was just wildlife, and it was just being free. And so during the early 2000s, 99, 2000, 2001. Zimbabwe went through terrible land reform where President Robert Mugabe basically said anybody that had white skin couldn't own land any longer. And I won't go into the politics of it, but it wasn't like we'd been there a few months, right? My family was 6th generation Zimbabwean. We'd been there a very long time. So for us to get kicked out was crazy. Now, all that being said, literally one day, things got worse and worse. But as Zimbabweans, we dug in our heels and we just said, bring it on. And our neighbors got killed, and there was torture going on, and there was indoctrination through torture for the ZANU-PF, the political party. Things were getting crazy.
Wow.
And things got out of hand. We saw some terrible stuff. But one day, I literally came home to a bunch of war veterans, and I use that term lightly, but a bunch of people with guns that put guns in our mouths, put guns in the back of our heads, and said, "You have 24 hours to leave, or we'll murder you." And I actually marched upstairs and got my little rifle and said, "Bring it on." And my mom slapped me across the face and said, "Go pack your suitcase, you idiot." And so at age 14, we left. We went one day with having a 200-acre farm and a flourishing safari business, to the next day being on welfare in Oakland, California, with the three of us sharing a 1-bedroom apartment. So
you lost everything,
everything.
Yeah.
We left the United States, we left Zimbabwe with 3 suitcases of clothes and $400 and not a single other thing.